My name is Roger Stace. I'm the managing director for a SharePoint consulting company called Spinnaker Solutions. I've been partnering with SP Marketplace for a few years. I've been working with SharePoint since probably about 2007 or 2008. So I've got a long, extensive history with SharePoint. I was attracted to the SP Marketplace solutions because of the effectiveness and the efficiency in which you can roll out a finished product to a client, and the speed to market that's available with the SP Marketplace modules I found very, very attractive. I've truly enjoyed working with that complete set of offerings from SP Marketplace, and got involved with Hirsch Pipe and Supply approximately a year ago, maybe a little bit less. They had just purchased a basic set of modules from SP Marketplace, the Internet module, ESS, and a handful of departments. They were certainly attracted to the SP Marketplace modules, I think primarily from an efficiency standpoint. They saw the incredible functionality they got for a fraction of the price of what it would have cost them to develop all of that functionality themselves. So they had a real appreciation for the completeness of the solution. We started with a operation portal structure session, basically a series of workshops talking through their current corporate structure, their current design. First couple of projects we did with them, one was set up the intranet environment for a company-wide news service and a company-wide landing place. And one of the next projects we did for them was organize their weekly, monthly corporate meetings with a custom SharePoint app that we called Meeting Central for their purposes. From there, we installed Project Tracker. They do a large number of formal and informal projects, and they were using Planner, but found that it didn't give them the governance and the history that they perhaps like around a good number of their meetings and projects. From there, we started picking off departments, department at a time, based on our OPS discussion. We've rolled out 10 departments for them, with a couple of more in process. With the departments that we rolled out, one of the large attractions of each of the departments that rolled was a service portal for each of the departments. For instance, one of the first departments we started with was their safety department, and they needed a better mechanism for accident reporting, whether it were general accidents or auto accidents or safety issues that were discovered around their multiple facilities. In the past, that information had rolled in on a combination of paper, attachments to emails, and emails. So the more formalized service portal for reporting accidents, tracking accidents, looking at history of accidents became very popular. As other departments saw that level of functionality that was available to them, they rapidly piled on. Branch offices decided they had a great use for it in terms of daily reporting from their branch offices. Marketing added a service portal for marketing requests for things like counter days, custom marketing requests, so on and so forth. One of the more recent departments we rolled out was a request that their ERP development group had with respect to enhancements to the ERP system, and a way to track those requests, categorize them, and prioritize them. So the portal function that comes as a part of SP Marketplace was one function that they've used very, very extensively. Secondarily, some of the departments have rolled out more of an information sharing function besides just the portal request, and have document libraries or document sharing areas for the external users. But that user portal versus staff portal functionality that comes as part of the SP Marketplace modules has been used extensively at Hirsch.
Okay, well, this is Hirsch Pipe and Supply. My name is Joe Ricks. I'm the IT project manager responsible for implementing the SP Marketplace instance here, which we call Hirsch Connect, or our intranet. And we're using SharePoint Classic. Project's been in effect for about a year now. We're probably at the tail end of it. We're using a number of SP Marketplace modules. The self-service, I believe we're using right now, we're up to 8 departmental portals, mostly generic portals that we customize for our own use. And we are still in the middle of getting things rolled out. The goal was to build an intranet and to do it with a nice set design, that we didn't have to go and design things ourselves. There was also a need to communicate across the organization in the most effective way we can do it. And I guess we had studied a number of products on the marketplace. We came across yours, and for all of the requirements that we had, the SP Marketplace product seemed to fit the bill. It seemed to satisfy the requirements that we had up front for an intranet. So we selected your product. Well, we had an older on-prem version of SharePoint, not very good. It was kind of built, kind of homemade, and there were some interfaces there for communicating things, but definitely not the visuals or the graphics that we have with the SP Marketplace product. So whatever we got out of the box is what we used, and we found that a lot of the things that we really needed to have in an intranet just wasn't present in the plain vanilla version of SharePoint. We had under the old on-prem version of SharePoint, we had departmental pages. We had those areas, things that we migrated to the current SP Marketplace product. But once again, they were done in an old version of SharePoint, and they were primarily static pages, just information only. There were sections that were, or web pages rather, as part of the SharePoint implementation that were published. There were sections that employees or staff can upload documents, plain out-of-the-box functionality, nothing special. And of course, if you're familiar with the older versions of on-prem SharePoint, in terms of the user interface and look and feel, not very nice, kind of cluttered, static pages, nothing exciting. We also took advantage of the service request or ticketing process in SP Marketplace. That wasn't present in the previous system. More or less just emails we were sending and kind of posting up on SharePoint. But this is a true request and ticketing system that we've implemented, so that our safety team that visit our branches and report accidents and things like that can fill out documents online, submit a service request, and then have that information posted in either a list or document library that we prepared for them, and that they have everyone on the team has ready access to the information. Instead of doing the emails that I mentioned before, they're doing everything through the departmental portal. So everything's a request, and there's a list that publishes the request that anybody in the department or anyone in management can go see. We give them access. They go right out to a URL where they see the status of a request that they might be interested in, and they can follow up that way. There's really no need to do the individual emails anymore. We have alerts set up, so if there's a change or if there's a new request posted, the appropriate manager gets the alert, and then the whatever follow-up items are necessary are done through those alerts. Very little use of email anymore. It was almost, I would say, 95% email before, and now it's like less than 10%. As we've already discussed, safety was our first department where we did that type of ticketing system. But shortly after, there was a word of mouth, good word of mouth, and then there was a lot of requests from other departments to start implementing similar processes. The next significant department after safety was our marketing people. And, marketing is a very important function for the organization. They handle internal as well as external campaigns and communications. And so, visually, having a nice visual element or a means of designing campaigns, appropriate platform for designing campaigns and submitting requests from our various branches was very important. So they took full use of that. We built a ticketing system for them, a marketing request system, and they were able to upload campaigns from our branches and get those requests and then process those requests. Again, through the same type of form, fill out, status being posted through lists, and then alerts to notify the appropriate folks when there was a change in status on the request flow. They actually are using it even more than the safety folks. So, that was good news.
In terms of the department portal structures, perhaps the big win for them is a reduction of the time they spent sorting through emails, looking for emails that have gone missing. Instead, those requests are rolled up into a portal and a dashboard for tracking that kind of information. Another value is that the portals all have a similar look and feel, regardless of the department. So there's one common user interface or one common look and feel that the employees have access to. Each department hasn't created their own unique thing, but rather the commonality has been a big time saver. As time wears on, seeing less and less lost emails and more effective tracking of requests and functionality inside of or across all the Hirsch departments.
I mean, the SP Marketplace really accelerated that. We were already kind of going in that direction, but we were kind of hampered by what tools we had available to accomplish that. And by getting the SP Marketplace intranet in place, that really, accelerated us being able to do that. So, instead of trying to build things from scratch or trying to implement things through Microsoft with the vanilla SharePoint, we were able to bypass all of that with the SP Marketplace because there's a lot of built-in functions already in, the intranet product, and the service requests and ticketing system being one. And then there were a number of pre-built like news and communication things that the organization's taking care of to disseminate news, things that we would have to spend a lot of time and effort trying to get the right web page and the right structure in place to publish that kind of information. Now with the SP Marketplace, it's templates, and we can just take the content and an already elegant design interface and then just publish, just go. So it saved us a lot of time and effort. Everyone on the SP Marketplace side has been really, supportive and helpful from the time we first purchased the product. They got in touch with us immediately. We set up a series of initial meetings where they did kind of requirements gathering and determined what we needed. And then they set up a plan, course of action for us to follow, really focusing the first 3 months on getting things off the ground and getting us where we need to be. And then coupled with that were the training sessions that we were able to set up with them as part of the purchase price for the product. So I was able to get one-on-one training on a lot of the key forms, the DFS forms, things like that. And then it was kind of like a quick start initiative. So that really helped us get off the ground. And then, of course, later on, Roger came in and started helping us do the customizations. So we were, I got nothing but good things to say about the support I received and the help. And they continue to help us to this day because we're still doing a lot of enhancements. And then they're very responsive. If I need them, or if I email them or call them, they get right back to me. So very good support.